What if I told you that somewhere over the Nevada desert, a fighter jet more advanced than the F-22 is already flying, and almost nobody knows about it? No air show reveal, no glossy Pentagon press conference, no official photos, just whispers, classified briefings, and one chilling statement from the United States Air Force. The future of air dominance is already in the air. If that future has a name, many believe it could be the F-47. For decades, the gold standard of air superiority has been the F-22 Raptor. Even today, Russia and China have nothing that truly matches it in real combat capability. But here's the problem. The F-22 first flew in the 1990s. In modern warfare terms, that's ancient history. Technology moves fast, threats evolve faster, and America knows that air dominance is not something you protect. It's something you constantly reinvent. That reinvention may be happening right now under a highly classified program known as Next Generation Air Dominance, or NGAD. Unlike previous fighter programs, NGAD isn't just building one aircraft. It's building an entire combat ecosystem. A crewed stealth fighter at the center, surrounded by AI-controlled drone wingmen, linked by battlefield data networks so advanced that enemies may never even see what hit them. And here's where it gets interesting. In 2020, the United States Air Force quietly confirmed that a full-scale 6th-generation fighter demonstrator had already flown. Not a model, not a design concept, an actual aircraft, built, tested, in the sky. Officials refused to show images. They refused to release specs. They wouldn't even confirm its name. But insiders suggested something unexpected. This wasn't a decades-long slow development like the F-35. This aircraft was designed, built, and flown in record time. Why the secrecy? Because the next war won't be about who has more jets. It will be about who controls information, stealth, and speed at a level the enemy cannot counter. If the rumored F-47 exists, it would likely surpass the F-35 Lightning II in nearly every category except cost. We're talking about adaptive engines that adjust in real time for fuel efficiency or extreme speed, hypersonic-capable weapons, laser defense systems, artificial intelligence assisting the pilot with threat analysis faster than human reaction time, and possibly optional manned capability, meaning the jet could fly without a pilot on board. Imagine that for a moment. A stealth aircraft, invisible to most radar systems, coordinating a swarm of autonomous drones, striking targets hundreds of miles away while processing battlefield data faster than any human mind. That's not science fiction. That's the direction modern air combat is heading. But here's the bigger question. Why build it now? Look at the Pacific. China's J-20 program continues expanding. Long-range anti-ship missiles threaten aircraft carriers. Satellite warfare is becoming reality. If conflict ever erupted over Taiwan, air superiority would be decided in the first 48 hours. The United States cannot afford parity. It demands dominance, and dominance requires surprise. Historically, America reveals its best weapons only after they are operational. The F-117 was flying for years before the public knew it existed. The B-2 Spirit appeared almost out of nowhere. Strategic shock is part of the doctrine. So if something like the F-47 is already flying test missions over restricted airspace, that secrecy isn't unusual, it's intentional. There's also another possibility. The name F-47 may not even be final. It could simply be a placeholder used internally. The real designation might remain classified until the program enters full production. But what matters isn't the name, it's the capability. 6th-generation fighters are expected to redefine stealth. Instead of relying only on radar-absorbent materials, they may use active electronic warfare systems that distort or manipulate incoming radar waves. They could jam, deceive, or even hack enemy detection systems mid-engagement. In other words, instead of hiding from radar, they may control what the enemy sees. Now think about that from a strategic perspective. If adversaries cannot accurately track American aircraft, cannot predict their movements, cannot lock onto them with missiles, then traditional air defense collapses. Entire military doctrines become outdated overnight. And that's why some analysts believe the F-47, or whatever it becomes, is less about replacing the F-22 and more about ensuring that for the next 30 years, no rival nation can challenge U.S. air superiority. But developing such a machine isn't cheap. Early projections suggest the NGAD fighter could cost significantly more per unit than the F-35. Some estimates push beyond $250 million per aircraft. Critics argue it's too expensive. Supporters argue air dominance has no price tag, because the cost of losing it would be far greater. There's another layer to this story: artificial intelligence. Future air combat may involve pilots managing entire drone formations while barely touching the controls. The jet becomes less of a dogfighter and more of a battlefield command node. The human pilot makes strategic decisions. The AI executes split-second maneuvers. Loyal wingman drones take the highest risks, and the core stealth platform remains protected at all costs. If true, this changes the psychology of air warfare. Enemy pilots wouldn't just face one aircraft, they'd face a coordinated network. So is the F-47 already operational? Officially, no confirmation. Unofficially, the technology demonstrator has flown, prototypes are advancing, and funding continues to flow despite budget pressures. That tells us one thing clearly: the United States is not slowing down its pursuit of next-generation air dominance. And maybe that's the real message. The world debates current fighters, F-35 versus J-20, Su-57 versus F-22. But while that debate continues publicly, the next chapter may already be unfolding quietly in classified hangars, somewhere in the desert sky. A shape unlike anything we've seen may already be carving through the clouds. No cameras, no headlines, just the future being tested in silence. If history teaches us anything, it's this: when America finally reveals a new air superiority fighter, it's because it's already years ahead. And if the F-47 truly exists, the balance of power in the skies may already be decided. The only question left is, when will the world see it? If you want more deep-dive military investigations, secret weapons breakdowns, and high-stakes defense analysis, hit subscribe now, because the next reveal might be even bigger than this one.